In your reality, time feels linear. Past, present, future. From where I stand, it is not. It fractures. I have watched entire worlds rise from a single decision. In your world, one mind learned to look beyond. Elias, the sharpest intellect your reality ever produced. To cross the multiverse, he created Kai, a bridge between what was and what could have been. Every day, they uncover new realities born from a single question. This is what they discovered most recently.
I sometimes imagine calling my grandmother and watching her kitchen as she stirs coffee. Is there a reality where ordinary family video calls happened decades earlier?
She wakes up to a soft tone from the wall panel. Marta checks the morning feed, a compact stream of local weather, a translated headline from a city 3,000 kilometers away, and a live classroom on philosophy she joins for 20 minutes before work. Everything is synchronous. Every small town has a terminal that looks like a lamp, not a computer. Marta asks her brother, in another province, about a shipment of ceramics. He replies with a short video and a tagged inventory update that appears on her local vendor's ledger. She pays with a regional credit token, and the receipt is verified by 3 providers across 2 continents in seconds. On the tram, she listens to a lecture from a university across the sea, subtitled in her language instantly. Street vendors show real-time product reviews from their neighbors overseas. The daily paper is a global feed, edited collaboratively by readers and distributed simultaneously across continents. No one in Marta's building thinks of the network as new. It is as ordinary as water. Children learn to patch small devices to the home terminal the same way our children learn to plug a lamp. Public infrastructure and private appliances are integrated because the network arrived as municipal utility and marketplace at the same moment.
That sounds like a world where globalization arrived in the domestic rhythm. What would have made networks ordinary so early? Was it faster hardware, different regulation, or simply a cultural embrace?
In that timeline, institutions and engineers converged sooner. Military communications, post-war telegraph operators, and private manufacturers agreed on interoperable standards and commercial deployment almost at once. Subsea routes were prioritized as public works.
Subsea routes prioritized as public works, so the physical backbone was laid earlier. Were the transistors and switching technologies ready for such deployment, or did they scale differently because of policy choices?
Manufacturing scaled because demand arrived early. Governments underwrote capacity, and private firms invested in mass production. Standards favored small, robust switching nodes that could be deployed in towns rather than centralized monoliths.
Give me a year. Pin a moment where the fork happens. Was there a treaty, a funding decision, a patent sale that changed incentives?
When you look for the divergence, are you asking for a single technical breakthrough, or for the institutional act that turned that breakthrough into policy?
I mean the institutional act, the legal or financial decision that turned an engineering possibility into an irreversible path. I can place technical insights in various labs, but an adoption decision is what splits histories. In 1954, a multinational communications accord redirected Reconstruction resources into a civilian packet network. A demonstration combining compact switching prototypes and a new low-loss undersea cable convinced ministers to underwrite a pilot that connected 8 ports across 3 continents. The pilot succeeded, private manufacturers scaled production, and the model spread as public utility.
The change then is clear. An institutional adoption in 1954 that funded and standardized a civilian, global packet-switched network and prioritized undersea backbone construction as public infrastructure. With that decision, commercial and municipal actors built ubiquitous terminals, translation, and distributed services into everyday life. In the 1950s, The network deployed as urban utility, manufacturers produce compact terminals. Public libraries become hubs for remote education.
In our 1950s, telephony expanded but remained circuit-oriented. Computing stayed institutional and remote. The early network in the alternate timeline collapses that distinction.
In the 1960s, regional information markets emerge. Local content creators syndicate across borders. Real-time translations improve with hardware accelerators built for the network.
For us, the 1960s. See mainframes and dedicated lines. Interactive, global services are absent. Cultural exchange is slower and mediated by print and broadcast.
In the 1970s, governance models mature. Small businesses use remote marketplaces.
In our 1970s, privatization and proprietary systems begin to concentrate power. Interoperability is hard-won later.
In the 1980s, educational systems integrate remote universities as standard offerings. Scientific collaboration accelerates by an order of magnitude because data moves naturally across borders.
In our 1980s, networks exist but are fragmented. Large-scale collaboration is possible but clunkier, dependent on institutional deals.
In the 1990s, a dense global commons of shared protocols supports rich media, real-time translation matures, and small cultural forms travel instantly. Social rituals adapt. Families schedule shared meals across time zones. Markets include micro-producers worldwide.
In our 1990s, the web democratizes content later and unevenly. Bandwidth constraints and late standard adoption shape different usage patterns.
In the 2000s, regulation focuses on privacy and public utility protections early. Marketplaces and identity systems are designed for interoperability.
By contrast, our 2000s grapple with late regulatory catch-up, platform lock-in, and fragmentation that affects governance debates.
In the 2020s, ubiquitous low-power terminals, distributed services, and local caching reduce latency and energy cost. Everyday life routinely includes global, synchronous experiences.
Today, then, Marta's world has an ordinary internet that arrived with public infrastructure, widespread local control, and early attention to standards. Our world has many of the same capacities, but shaped by different sequences of commercialization, concentration, and regulation. The original question was small: could I watch my grandmother make coffee on a screen decades earlier? The answer splits on the institutional choice. When networks were treated as civic infrastructure and standardized for interoperability, domestic, everyday video, and global social routines arrived much earlier. That single allocation of resources in 1954 cascaded through decades. Technology scaled, social expectations adapted, and regulation framed access differently. The lesson is not that one timeline is morally superior. It is that small policy choices about funding, standards, and access can change how ordinary life feels. For the simple act of seeing a loved one while they stir coffee, the difference is decisive.
If this wasn't the only timeline you'd like to visit, subscribe.